Hey, I'm Ashley from Central Coast Council, and I'd love to share with you our progress as we're embarking on a journey to develop new coastal management programs for all of our really important waterways here on the Central Coast. I feel like you might be wondering why we're developing these new coastal management programs, and that's a really good question. So on the one hand, we have no choice. In 2016, the New South Wales government introduced a new framework which aims to enhance the ecologically sustainable management of our waterways, as well as to enhance the social and cultural and economic well-being of everyone in New South Wales. So that includes the 2016 Coastal Management Act, as well as a document called the Coastal Management Manual. And together, these two documents include both the mandatory requirements as well as a step-by-step guideline of how we as council can prepare our new coastal management programs. But also, on the other hand, this is something that we really actually want to do. Our waterways are such an important feature on the Central Coast, and we really embrace this opportunity to revise the long-term strategy for managing our waterways in a coordinated fashion. This process gives us the opportunity to update our management practices to ensure that they align with the ever-evolving scientific understandings of our environment, and also to engage with our community in a really collaborative fashion as we embark on this journey together. Here on the Central Coast, there are 6 existing management plans that will be replaced once the new management plans are finished and certified. And I really want to take this opportunity to highlight the fact that while we're working really hard to develop the new coastal management programs, we're also continuing to work really hard to deliver on the existing programs. And as far as funding goes, many of the programs as part of the existing plan are funded by external grants from state and federal government. I've put together this little map, and it shows the areas that are going to be covered by our 4 new coastal management programs. And of these, Central Coast Council have responsibility for 2 of them. The Tuggerah Lakes and the Open Coast and Coastal Lagoon areas fall entirely within our local government area. And we're partners in these multi-council collaborations for the other 2, so for Lake Macquarie and for the Hawkesbury Nepean area, which does also include our Brisbane Waters area. I should backtrack here because you might be wondering, what is a coastal management program? And that's also a really good question. Essentially, it's a certified document that sets out the long-term strategy for the management of a particular coastal zone area. So it identifies the coastal management issues in that area and the actions required to address those issues, and how and when those actions will be implemented once the document has been certified. And then each of the councils involved in those areas are responsible for implementing those actions. And it's our role as council to identify the costs associated with each of those management programs and to propose different cost sharing arrangements and viable funding mechanisms to ensure that we can deliver on those actions. Now, you'll be pleased to know that there are lots of opportunities for external grant funding, both from state and federal programs, including the New South Wales government, which has a really generous coastal and estuaries grants program, which provides funding for both the preparation and the implementation parts of the development of these new coastal management programs. I do have some really exciting news. It has just been announced that our funding submission was successful, so we are going to receive just under $1 million for the development part of our new coastal management plans, both for the Tuggerah Lakes estuary and for our open coast and coastal lagoons. This funding is so greatly appreciated because it's going to be of major benefit to allow us to do the really important work that we're doing to ensure the health and resilience of these really important waterways. The process of developing the coastal management programs is quite long and detailed. We are going to use this opportunity to establish a clear shared vision for what we all want the future to look like. And this is going to involve really close collaboration with you, so all of our community and our partners. The development of the plan is going to take into consideration lots of different factors as well, like the ecological health, coastal threats, and community values, with the aim of finding a balance between environmental and social and economic outcomes for our region. So as you can see, this is a 5-stage process. The first stage is called the scoping study, and this identifies things like the vision and objectives, and it maps out a forward plan to gather sufficient information to establish a really effective and implementable program, which will then be implemented in stage 5. The second stage is conducting the detailed studies that were identified in the first stage to fill the knowledge gaps and to identify and analyse and evaluate all the different risks and opportunities and vulnerabilities, so that in the third stage, when we are actually identifying and evaluating the management options, that these are really evidence-based and they consider the feasibility and the viability as well as the acceptability to the community, so that we can put together a really nice business plan. The fourth stage is when the actual coastal management document is prepared, and then it's exhibited as a draft along with any relevant planning documents so that you can provide feedback. And that feedback is used to review the plan, which is then submitted to the Minister for certification and publication. The final stage is where the fun happens. So this is when we're going to implement the actions in a really collaborative way with our partners, and we'll use monitoring indicators and trigger points to evaluate them and update the program as needed. And of course, we're going to report back to our partners and to the community as a really important part of this phase. So, where are we at now? Well, I'm very pleased to announce that the scoping studies, which is phase 1, for all 4 of our management programs are now complete. And these are all available for you to download from our website, which is Your Voice Our Coast. These studies have been informed by the values and the visions that we've gathered from all of the community consultation that we've done so far. So thank you to everyone who was involved in contributing. We had over 3,900 people visit that site and over 1,100 people complete our survey, which is a really great effort. And if you're interested in the results of those surveys in particular, we've also published that as a separate document on that same Your Voice Our Coast website. As we progress into the upcoming stages, we're going to continue to collaborate with the community and other key stakeholders to ensure that our management plans really do reflect community values, so that we can build a shared sense of direction and facilitate mutual responsibility and collective action. For Lake Macquarie, there have already been a number of assessments and reports published as part of phase 2, and these are available for you to download on that Your Voice Our Coast page as well. If you would like to get involved, we would love to hear from you. It's really important to us that these coastal management programs reflect the values and preferences of our community, so we invite you to register. You can join the pool that we used to get focus group members, and you can also register to stay updated, because we are going to be opening up further opportunities for consultation as we move into the upcoming stages, and that will all be done through our Your Voice Our Coast website. Thank you again to everyone who has contributed to the first phase of consultation, and I do really look forward to keeping you updated as we move along this journey together. So thank you.